Dear student, our today's topic is type of disease, kinds of disease. Depending on the classified on the basis of whether they are passing from generation to generation or the patient is acquired the same. Those are the disease. So disease are broadly classified into two categories. The first category is congenital disease. Congenital disease. This disease, you can say since birth. Congenital disease. The disease present since birth. Means getting from their parents. So why they are present since birth? There may be two reasons behind that. One, when the person was developing inside the womb of the mother, that is in the uterus of the mother, when it was in the form of the embryo, I think the development was somewhat defective. Okay? The development of embryo was defective. So due to the defect in the development of the embryo, some diseases are caused in that embryo when he comes in this world. He is with the disease. Who is responsible? We can't say here. Not a certain cause. Here, only the development is responsible. For example, some patient or some kids have the hair lip-like structure. There is a cut on the upper lip or there. That is hair lip. This is the congenital disease that is since birth and due to the defective development of embryo in the mother. Is there any other type of the cause? Yes, one more cause is there. That is defective inheritance. Inheritance is what? Inheritance means the chromosome coming from the father side and coming from the mother side. When these chromosomes come together and join, the zygote form. If this inheritance is defective, is any problem? If the exact number are not passing from the parents, the zygote, then some disease may also occur. For example, hemophilia, color blindness. So these are the congenital disease, and two causes were there due to defective development of the embryo and due to the inheritance problem or defective inheritance. These are the congenital disease. The second category is the acquired disease. More than 90% disease are the acquired disease. The disease which are picked up after the birth are called the acquired disease. Depending upon their inability, whether these disease may spread to other or not, these are classified into two types: infectious disease and non-infectious disease. But the congenital disease are always non-infectious. And the disease which are getting after the birth, that is acquired disease, may be broadly classified into two, that is infective disease, or you can say communicable disease, and the second one is the non-infectious disease, that is non-communicable disease. Now, communicable disease are those which spread through contamination of the water, contamination of the food, and insects' physical agents. Okay, these are physical agents are bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, etc. Infectious disease are there. Now this is the era of the pandemic. Omicron is spreading everywhere severely. So what type of disease is this? Congenital or acquired?
Acquired.
And in case of the acquired, is it infectious or non-infectious?
Infectious. Infectious.
So infectious disease, some example, other example are tuberculosis. Malaria. Malaria stands for the malaria. Where the area is contaminated, the water is contaminated, the malaria is spreading over there because that is the better breeding ground of the Anopheles mosquito. Now the next category is non-communicable, non-infectious diseases. These diseases are caused due to internal factor. Internal factor is also known as intrinsic factor of the body. So what are those internal factors? Means if the blood pressure is high, that is hypertension, it may be due to the overweight or lack of exercise or some other internal factor included there. If there is any hormonal balance in the body, for example, if insulin is not in appropriate quantity, then diabetes will occur. This is infectious or non-infectious? Diabetes.
Non-infectious.
Non-infectious.
If some other internal factor, whether the hemoglobin is lesser in the blood, then anemia will occur. This is also non-infectious. So this is all about the type of the disease: infectious, non-infectious, congenital, and acquired disease. Is that clear?